Rotations, also known as a turn, are one of the harder transformations to do. A rotation can either be clockwise or counterclockwise. If it's clockwise, it's going to go in this direction. If it's counterclockwise, it's going to go this way. You can think of it as, how does the clock move? From 12 o'clock to 1, 2, 3, it goes all the way to the right. That's the way a clock moves. That's why it's called clockwise. Going the other direction would be counterclockwise. We're either going to rotate items 180 degrees, which would be a complete flip upside down, or a 90-degree turn, which means a quarter turn either to the right or to the left. As you can see, this particular triangle has been rotated 180 degrees down to here. So this point gets put here, this point goes to here, and this point goes to here. The steps that are listed here are great ideas if you have tracing paper, but we probably won't have tracing paper on the SOL. So the next slide will actually show you how we can do it without tracing paper. The problem on the left says that we're going to rotate the image 180 degrees clockwise. That means we're going to rotate it to the right 180 degrees. So if you're holding your iPad and you're going to turn it to the right, if you're holding it as a landscape, a quarter turn would turn it 90 degrees, and then one more time would turn it 180 degrees. Try that. Which quadrant does that shape end up in? It should be quadrant 1. So here's how I actually figure this out. I'm going to start with this point right here. If I take my grid and rotate it 180 degrees, to graph that point, I'm moving to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, and 1 up. I'm going to put my iPad back, and I'm going to go from the origin 5 to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 up. There's my first vertex. Here's my next one. If I take my iPad, turn it all the way 180 degrees, so now it's upside down, to graph the blue point, I'm again moving 5 to the right, but this time going up 3. So I'm going to turn my iPad back to the way it started, move to the right 5, and then up 1, 2, 3. Okay. To do the green dot, okay, do the same thing. Turn your figure 180 degrees. To graph that, it would be over 1, 2, 3, and then up 1, 2, 3. Turn the iPad back around to the right 3, and then up 3. You can keep doing this for each and every one of your points. At some point, you might be able to fill in the shape now that you know in general what it looks like. For example, I know that these are going to be connected, the red and blue, right? Oops. So these are connected, these are connected. If I wanted to show the rest of it, from that green dot, I can see that my shape goes inward 1, and then out 2, down 1, and then across. If you can fill in the rest of the shape after you've done a couple points, you can do that. Otherwise, I would be going around the rest of the shape and figuring out where those points are. For example, here would be the yellow one. If I flip it around, that's 3 to the right and 2 up. Flip it back the right way, 3 to the right and 2 up. Mine's in the right spot. Okay. That's a 180 degree clockwise rotation. If I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, that's going to be just a quarter turn. So if you're holding your iPad, it's only going to turn from landscape to portrait. And since we're going counterclockwise, I need to turn the iPad to the left. So you're turning it this way. And I'm going to do the same thing. Mark my point, take my iPad, turn it once to the left. To graph that point, I'm to the left 2 and up 1. Turn your iPad back the correct way. Go to the left 2 and up 1. There's my green point. My yellow point, turn it around. Oops. It is to the left 2 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it back to the left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do my blue dot. Turn it 90 degrees to the left or counterclockwise. I'm going to move to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it back correctly. Go to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my very last dot, I'll make it red. Turn your figure to the left 90 degrees. I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 2. Turn it back correctly to the left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 2. Okay. I can then connect my points. And had they had letters, if this was A, B, C, D, okay, A would turn to A prime, B would turn to B prime, C is C prime, and D is D prime. And that's how you do a rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise. Your rotations for this unit will only either be 80 degrees or 90 degrees, either clockwise or counterclockwise.